wanted to record this video to highlight or document a little bit about this monk mode journey. I call it a journey because I pretty much haven't been monk mode since I was in college. When I was in college, they basically had my own version of monk mode, but it was still like sort of in the works, meaning that I still got a lot of support. To do certain things on my own was difficult, especially in the emotional and mental support. I got some support from family and friends and professors and stuff like that. I'm looking back. So the reason why I'm recording this is because I want to explain how monk mode has been. This journey has been for me so far. The reason why is because, well, first of all, I'm going through this because my goal is to be able to net $4,000 within the next 2 to 3 months on basically money that I put in my pocket that I can put towards the debt that I have. It's quite a lot. I think I have about $9,000 now, but if I reach that goal, I'm gonna give myself the privilege to take out the rest of the money that can be used as to pay it off, the rest of the debt from my 401k. And the reason why is because technically a lot of that 401k I've been just accumulating from just like kind of an automated thing. So I pretend like I don't have that money, but in reality I do. So I know it's against a lot of principles to say you should use it, but there's like a 10% penalty, and it's going to accelerate my goals. I know a lot of you are going to be against it, but being on monk mode for about 2-3 months or whatever is with this is pretty difficult, I think. Why it's difficult? Well, it's because it's too simple. And the reason why is because the world is extremely complex. So I'm realizing it's like anything you're trying to do with, whatever involves the real world and turning stones and stuff, involves quite a bit of complexity. And then your brain has to respond to that. Your emotions have to respond to that. And it can be quite difficult. By the way, I just got back from a 14-mile run. Well, 13. I actually felt like I had a heat stroke about 10.5 miles in, so I had to stop and I immersed my whole entire body in water in the river, and it felt so good. Like, I literally felt like I was gonna have a heat stroke. I'm so glad I survived. But anyway, that's beside the point. Well, actually, it is part of the point. Part of the reason why I'm doing this, and by the way, I just finished the 36-hour fast. They call it a monk fast, which is kind of interesting. But and it seems like I'm fasting more often, but everything is kind of tied together because it's all about the simplicity that's involved that actually allows you to be able to do these things, like to be able to get to the other side. And the thing is, you're so tempted. The idea is you're so tempted to basically try to do something else, something different. And it's like everybody has like this kind of rat mindset, and they don't have the serenity and I guess rationality to some extent to be able to just simplify whatever it is and be able to get to the other side. Instead, they have to course correct all the time, and that could be in the form of some kind of emotional something they deal with emotionally, or something to do with being adjusting to the environment directly. So maybe your response to the environment could be like, oh, well, this thing is making me feel good, or I have thoughts are involved with pleasing myself with this thing. It could be a milkshake. It could be, I don't know, some lady with big boobs. I don't know, something like that, right? Big booty or whatever. Or some guy with big muscles or something. I don't know. Maybe it could be anything, So your mind is like course correcting in a sense. And it's the same thing with pain too. With pain, like for example, if you see a scorpion and you see it nearby, you want to avoid that, right? You're course correcting all the time, because even though technically you could actually deal with all those things, all the pain, and pretend like it's not even there. So you're always course correcting because your mind is like a rat, it's it doesn't have that one-track mind. So I was like more like this when I was in college but I had a lot of support to be able to do this. But now I'm trying to do this in the real world and in just my own financial situation, which is I could have tried to course correct in other ways, but I decide to just take whatever pain there is. Like if my boss is mad at me, I'm like, fuck it. If, like, for example, last night, it's like I was feeling depressed, extremely depressed about things. I just kept going through different things over and over again, and I thought I wasn't going to sleep. And I know some people who have night terrors. And for me, it was simple. I was like, just take vitamin B1. It should be easy. Just take vitamin B1, shut the fuck, not myself to shut the fuck up, but I'm basically just saying, quiet the mind. Just try to lay low. I know you want to go out. Like, part of the pain, the depression, is because it's like it's a Friday night and I want to go out. I want to do something different or whatever, and I'm just sitting there because I know I can't spend money. I'm trying not to spend any money at all. And I know a lot of people, and I'm not alone with this depression thing, because a lot of people succumb to their thoughts and all that stuff. But if you choose not to, I commend you. I've always commended people who can do this. And I guess it's like a form of dignity, as old timer Arthur Arcturus put it. So he's no longer on the YouTube anymore. But it's just kind of interesting. I was gonna say something while I was on the run, but I was gonna say something while I thought about it on the run, but I was like, it's not coming out that way. It always comes out differently. But yeah, this monk mode has been interesting. So far, I've been pretty successful. I mean, I spend a tiny bit of money only so that I can buy enough groceries, I guess. Although I splurged a little bit. I splurged, I'll admit, $7 on the on JoJo's chocolates, and I had the whole bag in one day. And that was I think that was last week on Thursday. I was like, just treat yourself, man, just a little bit, just a little bit, and that was the only time I really treated myself, because I could have done more than that. I could have gotten, I don't know, just something else, but kava or something like that. But the other time that I'll admit that I kind of spoiled myself relative to the monk mode is I went to kava with my brother, and I bought $37 of drinks. So the $27 was the two drinks for us, me and him. I paid for him. We both had kava, and then I got myself a protein shake. And that was an additional $10, which, by the way, they decided not to double blend because they said you didn't tell us to. I was like, are you guys serious? But whatever. And anyway, it's just what it is. It tasted so coarse. I was like, what the hell? But anyway, yeah, that was an amazing run. This is a little different. Yeah, I would say that, yeah, I felt extremely depressed last night, and I just kind of went through it, just realizing that, like, one day will pass and another day will pass, and I'm probably getting just used to just not splurging so much, because normally on a Friday night I'm like, let's go get a drink or something, or not really, let's go get a drink, or let's get something that's like, let's do something different or whatever, but it's always going to cost some money, like $20 here, $30 there, something. And for me, I can't do that. I have to discipline myself to stay solid, to grounded, and not spend pretty much a single penny. I mean, other than those 2 times. And I'm taking accountability of everything else. So yeah, like I said, and I spent a record low of like $250 on groceries in the last 4 weeks. That's pretty low for me. And I've just been eating vegetables and stuff like that, and obviously a lot of fasting, so that saves money. And I've been making all my matcha drinks at home, so that saves money on coffee and tea that I would get from other places that they charge $7 for every drink. And that added up. Like in July, it was like $500, $450, something like that. That added up like crazy. And the reason is because I didn't have my kitchen. So, anyway, it's a nice Saturday afternoon. I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I think I'm going to go in the cold plunge. I went to the cold plunge for the first time Was it yesterday? I think, yeah. In like 4 months, but that was pretty cool. Thanks for watching.